I've seen a lot of things about this one supposed cheater in Fusion. There was a lot of talk about it, and the general thing I heard was that there was this mega cheater in Fusion going around who was doing a lot of horrible things. Changing people's avatars to NSFW ones, ruining servers, spawn killing, and just generally making the game unplayable. I was playing in a random Fusion lobby where I just so happened to encounter the guy I kept hearing about, James Reborn. Interested in learning more, we agreed to talk and see what this supposed Fusion mega cheater has to say. I figure it's always important to at least hear out both sides. So without further ado, let's dive into the interview of sorts. I don't know what to call it. I didn't ask him any questions.
I'm gonna steal your identity if that's cool.
Yep. How did you do that instantaneously? What? The color that you copied my fucking hex code. What is this lobby? What the fuck is happening?
Oh, am I confusing you? I developed a client for Fusion.
Oh, are you you're the client guy? Oh shit.
Yeah.
I see.
It's me. A lot of people are saying bad things about me that are not true, but it's whatever.
Like what? I've seen like some things, but I don't have like the general scoop.
Really horrible stuff. Like, I made an exploit that can basically force change people's avatars and stuff.
Yeah, I've seen that. Or I've heard of it anyway.
Yeah, and a lot of people are fabricating stories of like how I changed a lobby.
Guys, listen to me. We're beating the game. We're not having a chat.
To inappropriate avatars, which I never did.
I saw that before. I don't want to see it ever again.
But I released my client public, so people using my client can do this stuff. And I also had a buddy that I was working on the client with, but we're no longer friends. And he's the one that actually originally like did that stuff. Like he also posted my source code publicly. I'm James Reborn. Yeah,
I see.
I'm the owner of the client. The client that can do all this stuff.
What's the motivation for making like a client like this? Just for the hell of it? Or?
I don't know. It's just like basically I strive for basically just building and enhancing my collection of mods, and I put them all into one thing, and then I just, I improve upon it and stuff. I make whatever I want, and then I just release it. It's whatever. I don't mean anybody no harm. I'm just creating my own mods at my own pace. Like, some people may call my mods immoral and stuff, like exploits, and I get it. Bad is whatever.
The thing is, Fusion is made by one little guy. Like, it's just lack, And ultimately, if there's cheaters and stuff, it doesn't necessarily fall on Lackatras because he's just one guy.
Yeah, exactly.
He can't take care of it.
Like I said, I wanted to, like, me personally, if I DM'd Lackatras and showed him all my exploits, the chances of him, like, pushing a patch are very low. So what I did is I just made all my exploits, I put them in a client, my code is visible. You can decompile my code and see how my exploits are made, how I made them. And I did that so Lackatras can patch the vulnerabilities and improve Fusion. So
Although,
it's like,
I mean, releasing it public does result in a lot of bad actors, which does suck.
yes, exactly, but it also motivates Fusion to patch it quicker. That's what I want.
This is an area we'll come back to later, but for the time being, we're going to put a pin in it and just agree to disagree. I think, personally, publishing these cheats and making them accessible does more harm than good ultimately.
No, the exploits for Fusion just use his relay native function. I just exploit it. That's it.
How did
What am I doing?
I don't know if this.
What the?
If you want to put this
fuck?
at the end of the video or whatever. I don't want to say. I'm not saying all this stuff to basically make anyone believe anything. I'm saying the
punch me
truth.
back. Come
And
on.
if you still hate me and you see stuff that obviously I didn't do, but if you want to believe it, you can
Come
believe
on.
it. If you don't want to believe it, you don't need to believe it. I'm not forcing anybody to do anything. I just want peace. That's it.
So what do I think? Well, I disagree with this guy almost entirely. I think sharing a tool for cheating, even if the intention is apparently to prove how cheating can be a problem, is careless and not a good solution. I think this guy should have tried to contact Lackatras or let him know about the exploits beforehand, as it could have done a lot more good. And I think the reasoning provided for why he didn't do that doesn't make a lot of sense. Even if Lack wound up ignoring him though, making the problem more widespread doesn't help at all and can lead to things getting out of control. and it did get out of control. People joined lobbies that were unplayable due to these bad actors having easy access to cheats, and as a result of that, Fusion public lobbies have been a bit of a disaster lately. Regardless of what the supposed intention is, the action of releasing this client, keeping it available, and distributing it actively harms Fusion. This isn't some big AAA game. It's a little fan-made mod with an already small number of players. It's just kind of a shitty thing to do. And when confronted about it, I was a little surprised to hear that James agrees. He takes full accountability and admits that releasing the client and causing a lot of the chaos he has is wrong, and he has done a lot of wrong here. Here's a clip of him calling a random kid a cigarette in Britain as a further example of the wrong this guy has done.
I'm so tough.
You fucking
There's a whole lot of other clips of him just generally being a nuisance, and his general reply was, "Oh, I did it because they said X thing about me," which is true. People were saying things about him and then he would do this, but no matter what, I don't think that gives you the right to ruin lobbies regardless of what people are calling you. But James told me he doesn't want any more drama. He explained that he wanted to make things right and clear his name of some of the other allegations he's been going through. He immediately agreed to take down the client publicly when I asked him to, and he no longer distributes it, which should help prevent future cheaters in the future. He also went as far as to add an NSFW avatar blocker. Unfortunately, the cheat client was available and people do still have a hold of it, which means unless Fusion patches the version of the client out there right now, people can still cheat, and even if Fusion does update, someone might just find a workaround to it anyway. Regardless though, this is at least a good step in the right direction. So this Fusion cheater has caused a lot of problems and just generally made the Fusion experience worse. But there's one aspect of his allegations that I think are important to clarify. One side is cheating in a video game, the other is straight up predatory, and from what I can tell, I don't know if this guy is guilty of that.
Here's a clip of him in a lobby where an avatar switches between an NSFW one and a monkey one. James claims that this lobby already had a cheater in it who was changing the avatar to the NSFW one, while James was switching it to the monkey one. Here's another clip where he admits to being responsible for one of the NSFW avatar occasions.
At the end of the day, I know that was crossing a line, and I'm aware of it. Trust me. And I never did it since. I also removed the code to do it after I did it.
His claim here is that he only admitted to these things to cover for his friend who was responsible for those things. There's also this screenshot of an account called Neo Geo that admits to doing some horrible things and mentions the green monkey avatar that James seems to use quite a bit. James's reasoning for this is that he shared this Neo Geo account with his friend who was responsible for the bad actions. There's also seemingly no evidence of this friend being in Fusion public lobbies at all.
There's claims that he's been the one joining lobbies and switching people to NSFW avatars, but the client was public and he has reasoning for each clip with him involved. Whether you believe his reasoning is completely up to you, and whether you think he's guilty is again up to you. I'm personally not going to take any kind of stance on it though. He may or may not be guilty. I think it's important to at least take it with a grain of salt, as these things should be fully proven before taken as fact. So here's what I think. This guy is a chronically online loser who made a cheat for a mod made by one person, which is stupid, annoying, and ruins the game for many people. That alone is horrible and reason enough to hate this guy, but I would take the predator allegations with a grain of salt at the very least. Him agreeing to take down the client and not share it publicly is good if he actually intends on putting all of this behind him, so hopefully the cheating problem is dealt with. While it absolutely is terrible this was a problem in the first place, I can at the very least appreciate his attempt to solve it. There's a lot of cheaters in games who would never agree to take their stuff down so willingly, so the fact that this guy was understanding enough to cooperate on that front is awesome. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to check out my last one where we explore the best way to play Duck Season, which is strangely enough in Bonelab. You can get 10% off any game in the Quest store using the link down below. It's the best way to support the channel, so if you enjoy my stuff, please do use it. With all of that out of the way, hopefully you enjoyed this video, and I will catch you next time, fat bitches. Bye-bye.